Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Saturday morning breakfast stream. Let's see here. Good morning, Megan Terranova. All right, well, we have game sounds. And we have me sound. Part of my hair, it's still a little wet from the shower. I was like, oh yeah, today's totally a dry shampoo day. And then I took it out of like my braid from last night and I was like, oh no, this is a hair washing day. What am I doing? All right. Good morning. All right, so tea of the day. We're getting really unhinged here. I made an iced tea latte with the Indigo Punch by Hardy & Sons. So it is straight up like purple. It looks like the blue milk. It's great. It's like an herbal tea with like rose hips and apple, and I think it has like crystallized honey in it, but it also has a butterfly pea flower, which is why it's like purple. I also have some oatmeal with some fruit, so that's what we are doing. So good morning everyone. There we are. I am getting a haircut for the first time like today, for like the first time in, I don't know, 6 months. Will you turn into a Smurf? No, because my name is not Violet Beauregard. Alright. So we have a crime to solve. Why does the word murder always make me think of Better Than Ezra? That's just, well, that's just me. Is it theft? It doesn't look like theft. It's not in red. This is cute. It's like even their factories are like bougie. What's with that smokestack? Oh, I hope we get to go to some of these places. Wait, what is this crate for? Oh man, Purple Berry Punch. Yeah, I feel like I'm drinking Purple Berry Punch.
Stand the lockdown. Really, I do. You've got your job to do, and you'll get fired if you don't do it.
God, I do not miss working in customer service. Like, yeah, client facing is one thing, but like full on customer service, I could never. Oh, I did it for way too many years. I think it's probably why I'm so weird now. Not exclusively, but I do think it contributed. Yeah, strawberry. You know what? I pulled out strawberries and washed them this morning and realized they weren't going to fit in my little bowl. Cup noodles. Ooh, what flavor? And dime chocolate. Also Danish. I was hoping you were going to be on today because I want to give you shit. I feel like I am back on the sauce and it's all because of you. I started playing Like a Dragon last week. I'm not very far because it's like my downtime activity when I'm, you know, for my breaks and stuff when I'm working from home. No, so currently the job I have, their recommendation is like to always, oh yeah, off screen. I'm playing it on my PlayStation. Because I'm an absolute goblin and I don't work at a desk when I work from home. In fact, I don't even work at a table. I just like camp out on the couch. So when the work slows down, we're supposed to have like a downtime activity. Most people watch TV or whatever, but if I don't like have housework to do or something, um, we're just stealing everything. Um, and yeah, so I picked up Like a Dragon during like a PSN sale. I did select English subtitles, Japanese language. So I hope you approve. But I definitely, because that whole universe is so surreal in a way that's why I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm back on the sauce. So, oh my gosh, yeah, it's a whole thing. All right, I'm just trying to figure out where all these bits and pieces go. I get to experience. Giga Idiot Ichiban, who's also one of the best characters. Um, you know, the fact that like the first thing that anyone says to him is like making fun of his perm was great. And then like, yeah. I have I guess I just didn't understand what the series was about um until I don't know, you started frequenting the streams more often. But yeah, I totally didn't get it. But it's like the background stories are so sad and tragic, and then it's like the rest of the game is just unhinged. Here we go. The Dissident Queen, Chapter 1. Halcyon Helen battles a lingering foe in a seedy bar. Halcyon Helen and Typhon? Oh, I think Typhoon has two O's. Typhon Tim spoke in quiet tones about their next course of action, their voices soft beneath the din of the bar. The duo had just finished the last of the paperwork on Helen's latest job. Filing precise reports away raised her spirits. The trails lead us here, and I suspect it will lead us no farther. Soon we'll find the source of the dissident's monsters, said Helen, a characteristic grin on her face. Let's hope your hunch is correct, Tim murmured, for I suspect their agents will not be far behind us. If brought on by Tim's supposition, a frightful voice suddenly thundered throughout the room. Near the door loomed a giant and blood-stained man looking for all his worth like he had fought his way through a Mantiqueen's den. It was Maximilian Mercer, well-feared dissident stooge, and he held two Spacer's Choice laser light pistols in his greasy hands. Yeah, so I haven't, I finished my Yakuza journey last week and then started Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. It's also developed by Ryo Gotoku Studio and is built on the Yakuza 0 gameplay formula, so it's basically a reskin. It also features Yakuza voice actors, Kyoto voices Kenshiro, and there's a Kyoto skin DLC for Kenshiro. Wow, that is delightfully meta. I love it. What is this place?
The Grand Colonial, where the elite come to get away from their oh-so-difficult lives in Byzantium.
Interesting.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Slug Bruiser. Oh my gosh. You know evil stuff happens here. Look at those. But where it differs from Yakuza is that Fist of the North Star, people die violently all the time. And the side stuff, that is. Oh my goodness. I have to say, I think I remember you saying something to the effect that, like a Dragon has essentially turn-based combat. Or at least that's the way it feels. Maybe I'm remembering that incorrectly. I was a little bit confused at first, but I think I figured out the menu. Yeah. I think I made my tea a little too sweet today, but that's okay. Mostly looking for some paperwork and stuff before we go into the main hotel. I'm generally not into turn-based stuff, but it does very well. It's quite fast-paced compared to other turn-based I've tried. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, for each round, you kind of like pick your choices. So I'm guessing there will be more things added as we go. Ow, look at all this. I get so excited when we get to a new planet. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I love how absolutely pink this planet is. Oh. But I want to go there. I want to walk on the scary bridge. Because I would never walk on that scary bridge in real life. I was hoping it was Lemon Slap. So I think I'm only in chapter 2. I'm just kind of like knocking around a bit, trying to figure out where stuff is. I mean, it hasn't been terribly long, but I was surprised how much I remembered from the Kamurocho map from 0. So I feel like, oh, I'm like, okay, well, I know where, you know, like the children's park is. It's fairly slow until chapter 4, and then it really opens up. Nice. Okay. I would assume that there's like silly games, like mini games, like the others. Look at this guy. Just vibing. Nice. I'm super excited. But anyway, and very dumb sub-stories. Dumb. Okay.
That's a hunting reserve over there.
I mean,
In the
I would have
clouds
taken
above the gas
both.
giant. Makes about as much sense as any of this, I suppose.
Cloud. Oh.
It really is stunning. I told you, didn't I? The view's fit to stop.
Rizzo's, huh?
Really? Considering the circumstances, that's the euphemism you decide to use?
Oh, I can't use it? That's lame. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Grand Colonial Hotel menu. Today's special, Saltuna Filet a la Helen. Salad. Tropical salad with pea-free nuts and purple berry glaze. Soup. Sisti soup with bread and woolly butter. Entree. Braised whole canid. Dessert. Dark matter mock apple souffle. Cocktail is an aerosol spritz, which I guess is supposed to be like an Aperol spritz. And the main story is my favorite of all Yakuza. Ooh, nice. Your sprats. I think it was so cool to have like an old-timey greenhouse. Oh, looks like someone's trampled the flowers. That's interesting. Wonder what they're seeding over here. Pool cleaner, blue watercoloring number 422 and Chloransol hydrogenated deformer. I think that's what that says. I can boop the buttons, guys. I don't know if I should be allowed to boop the buttons. Here we go. Grand Colonial Hotel. This terminal brought to you by insert company name here. Company name, slogan. Amazing. All right, that status. Fake board. It's like clean water and people water, right? Oh my goodness. I think it's funny that there's chlorine, there's like the pool cleaner that turns colors if you pee in the pool. I'm like, haha, out everyone. Brominating oxalator. When I was a kid, I loved going to water parks, and then I learned as an adult how dirty they are, and I was just like, oh. No, yeah, I don't know. Alright, so that's the brominating oxalator. That too is the blue water coloring number 422. VAT 3 is also brominating oxalator. Existing chemical and canister will be removed and chemicals and vats will be mixed into a new compound. Alright, before we start, like, committing crimes. It's just like an oar. It's a shovel. What is this? Kinda looks like a murder weapon, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Oh, the blissful ignorance of childhood. So we're on a gas giant. That's so cool. Bridge Hotel to Wilderness. Amazing. We will be certainly going there. Ooh, that one's empty. So Danish, what flavor cup of noodles did you get? Improvised weapon. We're gonna hold on to that. Chicken. Nice. Not cup of noodles, but I did make soup for dinner last night. I know it seems weird in the summertime, but I wanted to use up some vegetables. This week, Anaheim peppers were on like a really good special, so I made a 3-bean and pepper soup last night, and then I had some leftover chips, salsa, and guacamole from lunch. I went out to lunch with my girlfriends since we were at the office on Thursday. So yeah, delicious. On a mechanical deck. So we're just kind of searching out where everything is. Trying to find all the notes and the secrets. Probably should not steal in front of the auto mechanicals. Probably. Well, these... I guess these are also red. So, is your chocolate like a solid chocolate bar, or does it have like nuts or dried fruit in it?
I hope the murderer is...
Go ahead. What were you saying? I hope the murderer what? Oh no, it turns out we're a replicant. We were the murderer all along. No. Orchards, huh? It's a real nice looking orchard you got there. Yeah, I didn't want to steal from the auto mechanicals and just instantly have to fight robots today.
Got it. Heads down.
Can I close this? No. We don't even need energy cells, but goodness knows I just keep stealing them. Sweet. Hello, good sir. No crimes were committed today. I need to pop my door a little bit. It's a little warm. It's one of the reasons I've been drinking like iced tea even on the breakfast stream, because it's just been saucy in here. Oh.
Anyone up for a game of sudden death knockout? Yeah, me neither.
Okay. This is so wild. I love it. But it's also so wild. There's a ladder. What is this? Purple berry munch.
Oh, this smells worse than rancid salt tuna. Oh, well, I think it's coming from the pool.
Nice.
Excuse me. The pool plaza is currently closed to guests.
Tell me why.
Oh, you're that inspector. Right. Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for you?
Why does the pool look all green?
Space me if I knew. I got here for my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it.
This morning, so it happened just before the Spectrum Brown launch.
Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping.
This sounds, something about this sounds off kilter. I'd like to take a look around.
Alright. You may want to visit the sun parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used. Oh, and you could talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards
Nice.
earlier. Reckon she's still there. Now, anything else I can do for you?
Tell me about the pool.
So long as you don't want to go in, I can answer anything you like.
You're pretty heavily armed for a pool guard, aren't you?
Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out.
You said that Rizzo's hired someone to do the cleaning?
Yep, still dead. Usually Rizzo's is pretty good at making sure the people they hire ain't got Tripicale for brains. But that fella clearly wasn't worth trusting. I met him briefly once. Seemed level-headed enough, but that must have been just a front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a mess of things.
Danish, I think you might have been right about the pool chemicals.
Sounds good to me.
Well, bromine is like super noxious. So, yeah. We did see a ladder over here. Apparently, my suit does not let me pass through there. I mean, I knew I had wide hips, but like, geez. Wonder. I'm gonna save, because I will do something stupid this close to the edge of a cliff like this, or I guess it's a meteor? I don't know. Just a big old chunk of rock. Got another platform. What is this? Piraeus space. Piraeus space port. Okay. Okay, so Slug must be some, like, corpo organization. That's fine. Cedric Kincannon. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel about living on a gas giant. I feel like it wouldn't be good for your lungs. I'm just saying. Gosh, I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head all day now. It's my own fault. I took a feat that allows us to see inside of locked. Well, I guess the feat just comes with your skill, but we have a feat now that allows us to look inside lock containers before we pick the lock. So, should save on some of those maglock things. This kind of looks like a bougie elevator, not gonna lie. Surprised there's nothing else in here. I wonder what was written up here. Maybe Helen was taken care of. Maybe she started having some radical views or something. Maybe this is just to drive sales. Did I loot everything? I most certainly did not. Okay. Wait, is this a readable newspaper? No, it's just garbage. Extra screen legend spotted en route. I like how I definitely have gone everywhere except where I'm supposed to go. Look at this guy's hat. Is this the same one? Chapter 1? Yeah. Alright, so we are back here. So that's the Grand Colonial. So we've done like the whole... Yeah, we've done the whole path all the way around. So... Like I said, I mean, before we even knew that there was something sus going on, we found those leaves where it looked like somebody had trampled the flowers. So that's definitely the first thing. I mean, it could just be like junk, but I think it's more complicated than that. But now that I wonder if we can actually talk to the gardener. No. He's really watering just that one spot really good. I do hear sprats though. They must be underneath. So let's go back to this again. That looks super sus, and then otherwise like really nicely taken care of solarium or whatever this is. So again, something was brushed away. Pool cleaner. But it looks like we saw last time that there was like some bromine stuff. There we go. Okay, let's look at 3. Muriatic acid. And then brominating oxalator. Muriatic acid. Is that the same thing? Oh, okay. Now it is 2. Chlorinacil. I don't think we want muriatic acid. So... What is 5? Okay. Blue coloring. Hydrogenated defoamer and chlorinacil. Now let's mix it. So that is the right. Add the chemical to the pool filter. Okay. I like that that was like a cute little puzzle. So not every tube has the same option. So you have to like figure out the best combination there.
Have you seen a profitability of late?
No, I'm afraid I haven't. Why do you ask?
I was looking forward.
That's some bougie nonsense right there. We're just gonna keep going. What kind of creature do you think that is? Alright, so here's...
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
The jingles are so good. I wonder if this is the filter. Okay. So someone put muriatic acid in 2 of those. That's a lot of acid.
Oh, thanks a million, Inspector. The smell cleared right up. Well, in a couple hours, the guest might even be back. Then I actually gotta start doing my job. Of course, we're not gonna get a follow-up shipment for the water anytime soon, so they'll have to content themselves on the deck. I got a little something for making my job that much less miserable. It's the key to our storeroom. If my boss asks, you never met me.
A key. I think we both know my work was worth more than a little bit more than that.
I guess I can spare a few bits. And, here, this pack of smokes. Sorry, they don't really load me up with the goods. I gotta get back to it if you don't mind, Inspector.
Yeah! That big persuade. Alright, here we go. Okay, I know I looked at that before. Okay, that one's pretty good too. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wow, when a human cowers, you gain armor for 10 seconds? That's wild. I think we're gonna go hack, though. It's come up a bunch, so... Okay, I do think... Improvised weapon. Penetrating shots is pretty cool. Your next attack after killing an enemy is guaranteed critical hit. That's pretty good. Headshots. Yeah, I think we're gonna do, where was it? Yeah, confidence. City in the Stars. Chemical formula, the hotel, and the dissident queen. Okay. Vicar Max is our like tech guy though, right? Yeah, that one seems cool, actually. Trick shot. You can just, like, ignore stuff. Oh, wait. Oh, he's got one more. Yeah, we'll do this one. Sweet. Looks like everyone's leveled up. I got oatmeal, I got oatmeal. And then he said his boss was on his way to the orchard? Was that it? I'll take that. That's not. Alright, I might have to go talk to her first.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Oh, it's Helen.
So much opulence, while most of Halcyon suffers.
There we go. Halcyon Helens introduces Rizzo's Spectrum Brown, Draft 3. I'm Halcyon Helen, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome so many important, rich guests to the unveiling of Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. Thought Spectrum Black was the pinnacle of quality? Think again. Now your taste can reach new heights with the wonderful Spectrum Brown, containing notes of Rizzo's has put look at the list, whatever you want to put here, just make it sound good. Okay. Rizzo's has put the utmost in quality into their new beverage. Brown also contains a special secret ingredient that can't be found in any other type of drink. Each refreshing sip will leave you feeling more ecstatic than before. Cocaine. Pretty sure that was the trick in the 19th century. It just might have something to do with what flavor enhancing trifles at the bottom. Thank you all for coming to this unveiling. Thank you, Rizzo's, for allowing me to speak here. And remember, if it's brown, drink it down. It's very like nouveau riche. Somehow I'm on the other side of the tape.
Oh, thank the law. Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you.
You should prefer Captain. Constable Keene, nice to meet you. We spoke over the Aetherwave.
Constable Maria Keene. It's good to meet you in person, Inspector.
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you.
What have you got for me, Doctor?
An extraordinary contraption. You'll love it.
Our coroner has developed a device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you.
Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it sound as if I'm turning over stolen goods. Behold, my discrepancy amplifier. Hold it in your hands. Feel the way it hums with ontological potential.
Interesting. I'm guessing this device makes use of deterministic calculus.
You're rather sharp in your upper story. I can see why you're the inspector. The discrepancy amplifier
ups.
uses a deterministic model of our universe to detect the discrepancy between what should be and what actually is. Then it renders any discrepancies
gonna
visible
look at
by
those
using
leaves
the
again.
power of magnification.
Fantastic. This sounds like it was built along the theoretical lines suggested by the Hassline interpretation? Or do you favor the non-dualistic rationalism of Steinmetz?
Oh, goodness, no. I don't care for OSI doctrine. I just enjoy their math.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Go on then. Give it a try. Just treat the amplifier as you would a weapon. Hold it good and steady and look down scope.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but I'll bend that rule just this once. You'll want to peer into the amplifier and examine the crime scene.
All right. Alright, to catch Helen's killer, you'll need to use the discrepancy amplifier to scope to reveal clues not visible to the naked eye. Once you've located some evidence, aim directly at it while zooming with the scope and press the interact button to analyze it.
Whoa!
There we go. I see those immediate footsteps, but I just want to take a look around.
The discrepancy amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist. This unit has detected a discrepancy related to Halcyon Helen. Unscheduled expiration of. Begin amplification.
I see you've been designed with a modular analytical system. What else can you do?
The discrepancy amplifier has been programmed with advanced speech recognition, scientific analysis, and deterministic calculus protocols.
Oh, you'll love this. Amplifier, tell the inspector about your features.
Please do not interrupt the discrepancy amplifier. The discrepancy amplifier is programmed to take instruction from its registered or designated inspector.
How curious. I must have set its impertinence levels to flagrant.
This unit's features include an automated personality simulator. This unit has been programmed to simulate joy and satisfaction in assisting you.
Alright, let's get started. Tell me about this discrepancy.
This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the grand ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this must have been made by either Helen or her assailant or assailants.
Tell me about the size of the boots.
Footprint is a tailor-made 8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint.
Amplifier. Can you analyze the dirt?
The dirt carries traces of fertilizer, as well as the faint signs of crushed purpleberries and grass. Grass, fertilizer, and purpleberries can all be found in the purpleberry orchards, located not far from the Grand Colonio.
She must have been at the orchards before she died.
This deduction appears sound.
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling we'd make some progress once we brought you onto the case. You'll need Administrator Ludovico to grant you access to the orchards. Contact him through the secure access terminal in your penthouse suite. Check in with the concierge. Your room should be ready by now. If it isn't, I may have to go shake someone by the collar.
Okay, I want to go back to the greenhouse. I know that's not like why we're here, but like I want to use the cool thing. That is definitely some kind of insect in there. All right, this way. We could also check out that robot. I assume that the game is going to give me, like, this cool, like, gadget.
Did you hear that someone tore one of the doors to the dining room from its hinges?
Bertie again?
Bertie again? He was duly embarrassed. Something about not knowing his own strength.
If I ever meet that man, remind me not to shake his hand.
Oh, I guess not. Man, that's disappointing. I was hoping that there would be, like, a connection.
I'm thinking of reserving a wilderness safari. Wear a fancy hat, fire a rifle, murder some wildlife, you know. It could be quite...
Hoping I could use this for more than just this crime. Like, oh, excuse me. I want to know what the connection is to the pool because it feels like a distraction.
Could meet a fate like this.
Why 2 murders? Who's that guy?
Oh, come on. Why is the lounge closed? I wanted brunch.
I'm just doing a little explore.
Welcome to the Grand.
Concierge Terminal. Welcome to the Grand Colonial Concierge Terminal. Please do not store any insufficiently encrypted gossip on the Grand Colonial Concierge Terminal. There we go. Big hacks. To Concierge from Cedric Kincannon. That damn fool. Houston. I have reason to believe that Ludovico is getting agitated again, which will likely present itself in several dozen messages to you, each demanding a reduction in Rizzo's payments. Funnel these messages into the trash if you please. Ludovico wants to renegotiate the terms of our contract. He's welcome to take his operations elsewhere. Cedric. Guest complaints. Infernal Racket. From Annoyed. Do you like torturing me? Is that what this is? When I first learned that I'd be just beneath the floor occupied by the Rizzo's Rangers, I was excited, as any Tossball-loving Halcyonites should. What I did not anticipate is the degree to which these hull heads seem to enjoy prancing to and fro, pounding on their floor and my ceiling, every hour of the architect-cursed day. Did they install a Tossball fifth court upstairs while I wasn't looking, or is this normal? And worst of all, it sounds like one of them has decided to start imitating a woolly cow. I'll give them that it's a convincing facsimile, but it has no place in a hotel, and each bleat is so loud it's shaking the glasses on my face. I demand a room change yesterday. For each additional hour after midnight today, I am not rehome. I expect at least one employee to be fired. Mechanical Menace. To whomever member of the help it may concern. I heard a horrible clanking passing by my room every night for the past 6 nights. Yesterday I mustered up all my courage and sent a servant to look, and upon her return she said she'd seen what looks like an armed mechanical wandering by my room for the past 6 nights. She said it was something called a Burbage 3001 and that it had a serial star. If this machine is a serial star, I must ask, why are you filming outside our rooms without paying us? We're not consenting to have our temporary property filmed. There is no doubt a contract for this. And if the machine is being allowed to wander without being filmed, then I want to be paid double. Do you have any idea how dangerous that thing is? It could tread on my foot and ruin my aspirations to be a professional dancer, even if I ever decide to have those aspirations. Urgently awaiting a response. VIP guest list. So this is Halcyon Helen. Despite her celebrity status, the greater part of Halcyon Helen's requests have been fairly normal: soap, shampoo, new towels, and so on. The one exception is her unusual consumption of food and drink. I'm not one to judge about these sort of things. Law knows I've seen stranger proclivities from other guests, but she really does require a lot, and frequently. Listen to this. Her lunch for today, she ordered 6 borscht and bean sandwiches, 2 purple berry shakes, 2 purple berry liquors, several retro rockets, and cigarettes enough to crush a teacup canid. I wonder if she's planning a party, but the cleaning staff says every time they've gone up, there's been no sign of what she's ordered. If Helen really does keep managing to get through all of what she's been ordering, then maybe she'll reconsider quitting show business and enter the competitive consumption scene instead. I think she's hiding someone in her room. Spencer Woolrich. In the past 2 weeks, I have received 315 different service requests from Mr. Woolrich. These requests include, but are not limited to, his entire wardrobe from Terror on Monarch, 413 different outfits including a primal suit, 5 gallons each color of Spectrum except black, one's 50 gallons of black, teacup canids of various breeds, a plasma launcher, and consisting of over 60% of all total requests, an upgraded room. Administrator Ludovico authorized him to move into the second largest room just to shut him the hell up. But Halcyon Helen's got the biggest one, and of course Woolrich can't accept that he's been eclipsed. Got another room upgrade request. As I was typing this, I've more than half a mind to send an exterminator to fumigate his room so he can't request anything else for a while. But then he might come down here and try to talk to me, and I think I'd quite honestly rather be dead. Black Hole Birdie Holcomb. Wait, we know the name Holcomb, don't we? Isn't Holcomb... For some reason I thought that was Pavarti's surname. Holcomb's requests have been about what you'd expect from a professional skullcracker: toss ball, toss sticks, new clothes, because he keeps, and I quote, accidentally tearing the shirts that are too small for my giant muscles. Funny how the rips I've seen are more like they've been made by hand. I've noticed that he's asked for very little in the way of effort accelerators or enhancers. No skin tough or oxycomp. Not even any dervish mist. Typically tossball players go through that filth like no one else. Maybe Holcomb's trying to prove something to Helen. Whatever it is, I don't think it's going to work. Alright. Is that in our codex? Feel like we've met someone named Holcomb. I know we've met someone named Holcomb.
If you have an issue with a
garden. Ooh.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Aha. A spill. Oh, it tells me. That's even better.
An industrial-grade laxative has been added to the liquor in these bottles.
Industrial grade? Severed head of Burbage 2000. The head of Burbage 2000 torn from his body in the penultimate act of Titus Androidicus. Why, foolish Burbage, dost thou not perceive that Halcyon is but a wilderness of dissidents? And it's only through our citizens' vigilance that they will be caught. Report any and all suspicious behavior to your local constable. Weird. A lot of interesting things here.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that all new bookings, room upgrades, room downgrades, and in-room massages are Oh, you're the special inspector. Mr. Kincannon warned me you'd be checking in soon.
Do you happen to have my room key?
Ah, yes. We are most pleased to offer you our grandest of grand accommodations, Inspector. The penthouse suite on our topmost floor is now available for you. The last guest left her belongings behind when she vacated unexpectedly, so we needed a little time to tidy the suite up for you. Simply call the elevator in the lobby, and our highly skilled operator will deliver you to your private floor with efficiency and cheer.
The Grand Colonial sure is interesting.
It certainly is a marvel of modern ingenuity, luxury, and ambition. Please, allow me to answer any curiosities you might have about our building and the amenities on offer.
What does the penthouse have to offer?
Twice the size of the next biggest room, and kitted out with any amenity you want, as well as many that you won't. Best to enjoy it while you can, Inspector. Typically, the only people who can afford the penthouse suite have enough bits to suffocate everyone on Terra 2. Also, please inform me if Woolridge gives you a hard time about getting a better room than his. Don't tell him I said this, but everyone on staff wants to strangle him.
That sounds about right. What about the other, anything else about the upper levels?
Most certainly. All the important folks can be found in the upmost parts of the hotel. You can hardly walk 3 feet without bumping into a tossball grate or a bored exec. Though maybe don't bump into them. Could be harmful to your health.
About the lower levels.
Who would be interested in a staff-only area? Most folks never ask about the sewers beneath Rizzo's plant, either.
You can't honestly tell me there's nothing of interest in an entire half the hotel.
Of interest to your investigation? Well, I suppose there is that one door we're not supposed to open. But I'm sorry, Inspector. I'm
Who
not
let
authorized
Richmond out of
to
his
grant you
room?
access to any staff sections of the hotel. You'll have to find a way in on your own.
I guess that's enough about the hotel.
If you're sure.
You've got some high-profile guests here. What can you tell me about them?
My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe violation of guest privacy. We here at the Grand Colonial firmly believe that... All right, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip. About whom? And what would you wish to know?
Did you notice anything about Halcyon Helen before she died?
You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an Aetherwave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see. So she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed.
Have you ever seen Helen acting strangely?
Now that you mention it, she was usually calm and collected, but Every so often I'd see her looking all wild-eyed and intense.
Maybe there's two Helens.
It seemed as if she was determined about something. Or maybe she was just hungry. That woman ordered a lot of food. Maybe show business gives you a faster metabolism.
Maybe there are two Helens. I mean, twins are not uncommon, and it would explain someone being able to wear Halcyon Helen's shoes and walk away from where they dumped the body. Heard Black Hole Birdie was staying here.
Ah, Birdie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I have a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever get it to pay out. Birdie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. If I had 1,000,000 bits, I'd spend every one just to learn what caused their split.
Helen's co-star, Woolridge. He have any reason to want her dead?
If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only two people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin, and everyone knows it.
Ooh, interesting.
Either he's in denial, or he knew Helen would be checking out soon, judging by his increasing demands for a room upgrade.
Guess that's enough gossip.
That's a shame, Inspector. What if I wanted to know a little about you?
I'm a freelance captain. Changing the colony one high-stakes encounter at a time.
A dashing gunslinger type, then. I'm sure the investigation will turn out splendidly in your hands. Or at least Mr. Kincannon seems confident enough to believe so.
See you later. Nothing interesting. Soap. Oh, here's another issue. Chapter 2. The Dissident Queen, Chapter 2. Halcyon Helen encounters, the Slugmen. Having fought their way past the numerous bandit ambushes and hostile automechanicals, Halcyon Helen and Olympus Opal had found themselves at the gates of the Dissident hideout. "You're a fine partner, easily better than my last," said Helen, "but I dare say these fiends outrank your typical anti-establishment scum. Many of them were scientists before they deserted their corporations, whereupon they stole technology for their own nefarious purposes. I've seen their abominations, and they're more than a typical person can handle. You should return to your job, and to the place where you're needed." "Though I know my work was valuable," Opal said, "I am still pleased that I was promoted to assist you in your quest to rid the galaxy of those who would threaten the colony's productivity. The two of us together will, I believe, be twice as effective in eliminating the enemies of the board." Helen did not respond, but instead bid her companion to be silent, for she had seen that the gates to the Dissident hideout were no longer shut. Someone or something had opened them. Such fine propaganda. Okay, so there's a second floor here. Let's go up to the mezzanine. And, yeah.
Easy does it.
What the? I was going to wash my hands, I swear.
Ew, what the hell happened in here, dude? Wash your hands. I feel like you got a lot more going on than just washing your hands. Ew.
I did not read about this kind of treatment in the service agreement papers.
Welcome, Dr. Winifred Goodnight. This is an automated reminder to make sure you clean the blood off your instruments. Patient logs. Hartford Borscht. Back pain. Another day, another case that bores me to drink. The ill-fated Byzantine of the hour thought it prudent to gorge himself on enough purple berry wine to incapacitate a primal. He then attempted to reach the lobby by stairs rather than by elevator, and fell down 6 flights. Automechanical servants broke his fall. He broke their servo mechanisms and will be billed accordingly. Fractured left clavicle, right femur, parietal bone, ribs. More injuries than brain cells. I recommend replacing purple berry wine with Rizzo's Spectrum Violet in order to appease Rizzo's company policy. Nina Hahn. Extreme excitability. Finally, something a little different from the norm. Miss Hahn came in earlier today, escorted by her sister. Apparently, not long after arriving on Eridanos, the two of them went on a trip through the purple berry orchards. Orchards again. Miss Hahn's sister visited the purple puzzle hedges, but quickly became lost. When she eventually made her way out, Miss Hahn was nowhere to be found. The sister claims that Miss Hahn returned to their hotel room several hours later, but had been unusual ever since. Her sister described the patient as formerly sullen, morose, phlegmatic, and given to melancholia. Her demeanor has transformed into an unpleasant degree of levity and shocking enthusiasm towards everything. I suggested vast quantities of cheap alcohol. Amazing. These are replacement modules of the discrepancy amplifier fitted with backups of its logic module. A label reads, in case of careless inspector. Interesting. Nanner Spank. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. What's this? Oh, crunch. I thought it was a book. Oh, am I kidding? I don't think anybody reads books in this world. Hear more animal. Oh, maybe it's the screen. It kind of sounds like more animal sounds. A lot of really strange mystery spills here. It's all very weird. And like random blood? Slice, you're a doctor, clean up.
Murder or no murder, it is my right to loiter on a bar stool. How else should I be expected to avoid my wife?
Okay, elevator bank. Don't mind if I do. A lot of gold ashtrays. It's not like it makes it any less gross. Okay. Penthouse?
My inordinately esteemed guest. If my hello were any more earnest, this loudspeaker would explode. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
Bring me to the VIP guest floor.
Oh, so sorry, but you're not actually authorized to visit that floor.
The penthouse?
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
I wonder if each bank is exactly the same. Oh, is everyone here? Oh, that's sick. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's the good stuff.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a lot of drugs. Looks like the only clean spot is actually under the bed. And a wig. 2 wigs. She's doing her own upgrades and 2 robes. Shower beer. Not gonna judge anyone who has a nice cold shower beer. Hot shower, cold beer. Some bougie skincare in here. At least it seems that way. But why 2 wigs? It makes me go back to my original supposition that there are 2 Helens. Got some hacking tools. Yeah, there's definitely something fishy here. Messages. Grateful. Miss Helen, thank you for choosing the Eridanos Atmosphere Complex as the site of your next publicity and marketing campaign. By endorsing the Spectrum Brown product, you are allying yourself with a revolution in the leisure beverage market. Indeed, the culture of Halcyon itself. We're going to change the world together. Disappointed, Helen. I don't understand why you and I must be enemies. Are we not both branches of the same tree of privilege? You command audiences with your masterly performances on the Aetherwave, and I command the attention of our corporate leaders. We're both cultural icons with a responsibility to set a good example. I'm disappointed to discover you've berated my seminars publicly and on official records. I take your particular umbrage in your characterization of my most recent seminar, spearheading your project, How to Motivate Your Workforce Using Ancient Weaponry, and a, as I quote, nonsensical vanity project from a dyed-in-the-wool buffoon. These are fighting words. Expect to hear from my personal auditor soon. Sincerely, Profitability P.O. Money can't buy happiness, and other lies we tell ourselves. A new seminar by the Prophet of Profitability. Concanon. Miss Bellamy, you're a talented actor. I've enjoyed all of your roles across the years. I'm especially fond of your performance in Terror on Monarch. Ludovico doesn't appreciate the serials. Maybe that's why he never knows when he's being played. He still thinks you're here to endorse Spectrum Brown. Your performance has him fooled. I have a feeling I know what you're up to. It's always a little disappointing when the audience is a few steps ahead of the plot. Cedric. Recover deleted message. Encryption error. Knows the truth. Please hurry. Don't know how much longer I can keep. Ooh, unknown client subject not found. All right. Guest advisories. Your safety is your responsibility. In light of the recent unfortunate events regarding the passing of a beloved cultural icon, we at the Grand Colonial have doubled the number of armed guards for only a small security surcharge. Surcharge not refundable. The Grand Colonial is not responsible for death or dismemberment that occurs off hotel grounds. Mm-hmm.
Helen, where did we go wrong? Oh, Lo, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for...
That's different. This place is a wreck. Also a lot of little booties that look exactly the same to me. What's this? Profit of Profitability Flyer. A flyer promoting a productotherapy seminar with renowned prophet of profitability Jasmine Lavia at her retreat in the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Under her patented system, purge your body of nefarious humors, stopping you from unlocking your true productive potential. Okay, there's a terminal. I know that's where it wants us to go, but I want to look around first. Rum and something. Pick up spatial acuity sensors apparatus. That must be a Saltuna right there. That's a Baker Max. We have like a little kitchenette. Bits. Oh, flying bits. Ooh, oh, candy. Is that Leo on the side there? Lemon slab. Can almost read it. Almost. Oh. This board is covered with a loose collection of photographs and papers. Examine more closely. A blank notebook lies open beside a stack of clean papers. It looks like someone intended to write something but never got started. Okay, but maybe they already wrote something. Just do that trick where you like rub the graphite over the page. I need to stretch my legs, but I will be back in just a moment and we're going to continue exploring the penthouse. And I'm back. My hair is finally dry. I definitely should take better care of it. I have wavy hair and I treat it like straight hair, so it's mostly just floofy all the time. So, hi everyone, welcome to the stream. We are on the hunt for, I believe, the murderer of 2 people. I really do think that the pool attendant, his death is connected to Helen. I don't think I'm wrong with that. Is it a sketch or an old photograph? I can't tell. And I think the rivalry between her and, what was his name? Holcomb? Is made to be more than it is. Is Ada up here somewhere? Alright, here we go. Contact Administrative Ludovico.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed.
You mean Ruth Bellamy. Halcyon Helen was just a character.
Halcyon Helen was more than a character. She was a brand. Her death will now be associated with Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. You understand why that worries me.
Just turn this into an ad. Rizzo Spectrum Brown. It's heart-stoppingly good.
Stop. Please warn me before you provide me with unsolicited ideas. There are waivers you need to sign.
Amazing.
Back to the matter at hand. Tell me about your investigation.
I've got a lead. I can't tell you why, but I need to access the orchards.
Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement. Here, I'm granting you
Charisma.
access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both.
So he locks his doors the moment an investigator arrives. That's not suspicious at all.
I agree with the sentiment behind your snide remark. Unfortunately, the Piraeus spaceport is Cedric's purview, not mine. You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
Ooh, we got an autosave for that. Okay, Ruth? Helen? You are a messy, messy woman. Look, like, I'm a bit of a clutter bug, but like, good lord. I wonder if we'll get to pick, if this will prompt us to pick characters in the same way that we normally do when we leave our spaceship.
Hi there, Inspector. It might be a little beyond my job description to ask, but at my heart, I'm still a bellhop. Was the suite to your liking?
I didn't even know they made hotel rooms that large. It's great.
Good. I'm glad. Now, I'd love to bring you to a floor of your choosing.
The lobby, please.
To the lobby we go.
Okay, so I'm actually going to keep Vicar Max and Parvati. Oh, that's such a cool poster. I want to know who this mascot is. Does anybody, I mean, like, I assume it has to do with the beverage, but I don't recognize it. I want to go up to the floors. I think there's more here, but like, I think you can only access through the elevators, which is all bad.
Black Hole Birdie's disappeared, you know. That poor fellow must be inconsolable.
Yeah, because that's super suspicious. Oh. There's a note. The Grand Colonial Hotel service elevator is out of order and will be for the foreseeable future. Please use the stairs to transport all equipment to and from employee quarters until further notice. Additional liniments will be dispensed for those whose back pain becomes too severe to continue providing the impeccable service our hotel is known for. Sus. Found the kitchen. Oh, what are these?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh! Oh, it's dirty.
Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon next use currently at 92.9%.
This seems like a workplace hazard. How hasn't Slug caught this?
Searching Slug work logs. No work log found. Creating conjecture. Slug has likely not fixed this issue due to a lack of responsibility on the part of their employees.
Is that normal?
Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent damage to company property. Slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety of ways, does not. That or the employees tasked with inspecting are shirking their duties. For shame.
For shame.
Wait, Captain. Okay then.
Performing scan. Gaslight appears to have gone out some time ago. Chance of explosive combustion without gaslight, 0.01%.
Nanas. This place is gross. Like, Look, professional kitchens get a little, you know, overwhelmed sometimes, but like, you have to clean. There's like just stuff leaking everywhere. Terribly sorry. Okay, I don't know why it moved through his dialogue. I'm an inspector. I've got some questions about Halcyon Helen's murder.
I understand your devotion to your job. Really, I do. And I hope you'll understand mine. Things might change if you had something very particular to talk to me about, but I'm afraid I'm just too busy to talk right now. I'd be delighted to chat with you later.
I mean, why is your stove nasty? Isn't this supposed to be like the bougiest resort? It's gotta be a mascot. Just look at their crazy hats. Oh, we got an autosave.
You trying to get us all in trouble? What do you think you're doing?
I was just sleeping.
Do what you want, yes.
Whoops.
Something might...
My reputation has increased. Sprats. Oh, what on earth? Cigarette lighter. Out of order notice. Please excuse our mess. We're working hard to remove all of the valuable treasures our valued guests have misplaced into our pipes. Per usual, items recovered from the sewage inhaler will be auctioned off at the start of the month to employees of the Grand Colonial Hotel. Note that any sanitation materials will be auctioned off as well. Happy hunting. I believe this is her, doesn't that look like someone's, wouldn't this be where, like, her pistol would show up? Employer rights. Not employee rights, employer rights. Under the Biased Labor Standards Act, wage determined by merit of your work. Overtime might result in higher pay if the quality of said work is considered exemplary. Your employer has the right to dock your pay should you damage any facilities or equipment. It is your responsibility, not your employer's, to avoid workplace hazards. Halcyon Colony Department of Labor. Good Lord. I don't know. I feel like with at-will employment, we're kind of already in this dystopia. So, Manda's hot take of the day. We are in the dystopia. There is no near future dystopia. This is it.
Get anything good for lunch?
Beef-free nut butter and jelly-free jam on premature bread. Tastes like nothing.
Looks like you win this round. I couldn't afford lunch, so I caught a sprat lurking around crew quarters. Bony, but it's something.
Oh!
You know those things eat garbage, right?
Good point. I'll try that next if I can't catch any more sprats.
Yep.
You, hear about the murder?
How the hell could I not have heard about it? We couldn't even leave our rooms earlier while security was sweeping for evidence.
Well, maybe you were asleep?
Since management started issuing mandatory caffeinoid supplements, I haven't been able to sleep. It's making it hard to tolerate small talk.
Spice.
Can't imagine what it must be like. Living down here like sprats in a wall.
Iceberg aged whiskey. Not really a whiskey girl. I don't know. It just tastes like bad decisions to me. Oh. Work IDs of Helen's sidekicks. This pile of cartridges contains the IDs of Halcyon Helen's sidekicks who were killed, mortally wounded, mulched, melted, torn to ribbons, decapitated, or torn into mechanicals in the line of duty are otherwise identified post-mortem. Typhon, Tim, Olympus, Opal, Terra to Terry, Sparks, the Wonder Canid, Burbage's 1900 through 1999, Bolt, Vanderhuge, Arondo's Eve, Inconsequential, Groundbreaker, Maintenance Worker, 13B9, Caleb Bison, The Broker with 4 broken limbs, Halifax, the entire 26th season of the Tile Backers, ID's Black and Beyond, individual recognition, Stakeout Steve, Dirk Tenderly. Okay.
Watch out!
Is it taking any damage from this stupid thing? No. Oh, key card to open.
Everyone all right?
I feel like we should deal with the sprats before I continue my investigation. That 8-time zoom, though. It's a bypass shunt.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me.
Oh. It's an oddly large safe. Okay, so someone is trapped in there. I need a key card. Someone has a terminal. That's a lot of frozen dinners.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Whoop. Not in here, but look. Handwritten note. I've eaten the purple berries which were in the refrigerator and which you were probably saving for breakfast. They were awful. Charged surface.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
That's pretty. The Helen way.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Here they come.
Ooh, he really took a beating.
Everyone
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have to just deal with the sprats first. Okay, here we go. Access door controls. Accessing success. Engineers note you have access to Bob Mott's personal minimal effort door control protocol. If you're reading this message and you're not Bob Mott's, exit this console immediately and do not enter my personal quarters. Okay. Access messages. Notice of termination. Robert is to inform you that tampering with hotel property is unacceptable. You are not authorized to repair the malfunctioning time clock. I know you are eager to avail yourself to Rizzo's free tour in exchange for 10,000 hours on the clock, but you've forgotten where your loyalty lies. By accepting that free tour, you were unwittingly agreed to become part of the Rizzo's family. You're Slug, not Rizzo's, or rather you were Slug. I'm disappointed in you, Robert. Consider this message your termination notice, effective upon receipt. See, that's like a baby sprat. They normally don't aggro. It's the big ones. And we walked by a big one in it behind a glass or tank or something. Yep. A lot of blueprints in here. Uniform, okay. Examine. Engineer's final note. To whom it may or may not concern, I don't understand why I deserve to be terminated. I was your engineer. I fixed things. Your time clock was malfunctioning. You were logging in 1 hour for every 10 I put in. How's that fair? Yeah, I admit, I wanted the free tour of the distillery. I put in my 10,000 hours and I deserved to wet my throat with a little Spectrum Violet. I didn't know accepting that free tour meant I joined the Rizzo family. You know I can't read fine print ever since that welding accident. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Catch a freighter back to the Groundbreaker? Sublight won't pick me. So I guess that means I'm going to talk to Mr. Ludovico, hat in hand, and beg him to employ me. Sorry, I take that back. I won't have my hat in hand. I turned that in with the rest of my personals. That was a stupid hat anyway. Plot thickens. See some folks lurking today. I hope everyone is having a good day. Baseball card.
I'm ready for this.
Good lord. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh my gosh, how much?
That's the last of them.
No, we're not going, no. Goodness gracious. Okay. Well then. That was stupid but awesome. Bellhop. It's an interesting looking container. I don't think we've seen that yet. Hey! Megatire Nova, subscribe for 25 months. An absolute legend. Thank you so much. Absolute legend. Okay, let's not sneaky so much. What is this? Oh, it's a dark matter bar. It's fine. There's just stuff for us to sell later anyway. Okay. Oh, we have backpack mob. What is this? Okay. Salt tuna.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Okay, I saw the sparkle. Oh yeah.
This collection of frozen food has not been restocked in some time. Many of these items are not available in the Grand Colonial and must have been brought in from outside. The
I
fridge
can't
was
believe it either.
transported here from one of the guest bedrooms upstairs.
Okay, so she was helping someone down here. So there's one more blip. Okay, we need to find the key card. Oh! Dear Diary, my new living quarters are really swell, but I'm having a bit of trouble getting to sleep. Management kindly offered to board me up in the hallway while they commandeer my room for Spectrum launch storage. Since then, I swear I've been seeing things. Now I'm sure it's due to lack of sleep on account of the darn leaky pipe above my bed, but last night I saw something like a giant worm slither past me. Now don't get me wrong, I'm entirely grateful all over the space now I have, but I have to find a way to get some sleep before I go completely mad. Okay, so how do we get in there? What am I missing? I need to be checking all the surfaces because I've definitely missed key cards that way before. Okay. It's an empty bottle. Wonder if this is one of those things where he'll have to leave and come back. Definitely something wrong here. Someone taking a Drano in the bathroom. It's a little sus. So we have 2 locked doors on this level.
I was a few minutes late with room service earlier today. Guessed I was trying to serve shot at me with a revolver. I left the ring and ran.
Something like that happened to me once. Hammersmith exec called me up to her room, saying she needed help with something.
Yeah?
Turned out what she needed help with was testing a new Hammersmith heavy machine gun. She technically shot around me instead of at me, but it was still pretty surprising.
Okay. So that's the way out. I think this takes us back to the hotel. So that's the out of order notice we saw earlier.
Wow! I haven't felt this great in ages. Wonder what happened.
Does anyone else think that that's her gun? I mean, they made a point of noting that it was missing. I think I might want to go back into that crawl space before I leave and come back.
Oh, what the?
Smell the frozen dinner. Did we come in here? It doesn't look like it. Here we go.
Nicely done.
So we can get into room B1 for sure. Bellhop Sullivan.
Why, hello there. Goodness, I always enjoy seeing guests, but it's been so long since I've chatted face to face that I about hopped out of my skin at the sight of you. Excuse me, I should introduce myself, though you might know me already, just not by name. I'm Bellhop Sullivan. You've likely heard my dulcet tones through the elevator intercom.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? I recognize your voice. I'm pleased to meet you.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. I'm glad to meet you too. Now that our introductions are out of the way, do let me know if I can help you with anything.
You said you operate the elevator, right? Can guests not press the buttons themselves?
Well, yes, but having an operator certifies that the right guests end up on the proper floors. We wouldn't want tossball players rubbing
I
shoulders
have
with CEOs. It'd
iced
be
tea
anarchy.
with coconut milk.
Plus,
It's
there's always the risk a guest chips
butterfly
a nail
pea flower.
or loses a ring
It's
on a
an
button.
herbal
It's
tea,
an extra effort,
and
but the
depending
brand Colonial
on
prides itself on personalized service in
the other
all
ingredients,
things.
it makes it turn different
That
colors.
and
So
the
today it's
elevator
purple
still works if I'm ever
because
not
it has
around.
coconut, which is
I do
pretty
take
like
occasional breaks and sleep every
neutral
so often.
pH. But it can either be blue, purple, or pink. If you have like regular butterfly pea flower and add lemon to it, it turns pink. And some other things will make it turn like blue or purple. So it's going to be kind of warm today. So it's butterfly pea flower, a little bit of lavender, and some coconut milk. So, do you have black tea today?
Oh yes, Norville's great. Always ready to help any and all guests who might need it.
Ooh, she
And
fancies
so
Norville.
handsome too. His judgment sometimes leaves something to be desired, I will say. Kept badgering Halcyon Helen prior to her death about an autograph or something.
Oh.
A little beyond his station.
Do you know anything about her murder?
Unfortunately not. I was in the operator room for the elevator.
Definitely broke
as
into her
usual.
room.
The camera feed only allows me to see within the elevator, which always has many people coming through. For what it's worth, the murder was a right shame. I always enjoyed the serials starring Ms. Helen, though I did find them prone to repetitive plot structures. But I'm sure you've heard the rumor about what actually did her in. That marauders got into the hotel and management is covering it up so the
Oh.
guests don't run off.
I'm sorry, what? Marauders? Have they been a problem before?
Well, not necessarily, but they're fairly prevalent on the other complexes. It wouldn't take much for them to find their way here. Slug claims they've got the problem under control, but I don't understand why they haven't simply gone and exterminated all of the marauders like the vermin they are. Oh, well, I'm just here to push buttons.
Alright, bye. So looking to see if the other security pass. So we were looking for 2 security passes. I did pick up one for B1, but when we walked by, I believe it was A2 or A3, A2, somebody was yelling inside saying that they were trapped. So we're gonna keep an eye out for that. Do the cigarette lighter in there. We did get yelled at for stealing some bougie whiskey earlier. Got a candy bar. If you hear some clanking, Mr. B is doing some repairs on his bike today. So, long time coming. It gets plenty of distance put on it. Okay, B1. I feel like we should save because that's a red door with a red blip inside. I feel like we're about to make someone very mad. Either that or the weird snake thing is inside. Parasites. What is this thing? Nothing inside. Okay, that must be the worm. Or something that, that the note from the janitor was talking about. We got a interesting impact hammer. So we have this cool gizmo here that lets us see variances in the world. But let's sneak in through here. What is this? Removed wall panel. This panel has been removed. Judging by the scorch marks on the side, the blowtorch abandoned on the floor, its removal does not conform to company policies. There it is. Well, he was desperately looking for a way to sleep, and I believe he found it. I again, more blueprints. Got a wrench. Nothing in the bin. Okay, well, that still leaves us without a way to get into A1 though. Crazy sprats. I think it'd be cool if you could like turn on the shower and like the wall would open. So how do we find the key card to A2? That whole thing is very sus. So, and then the murder victim also is missing their gun among their belongings. The spectacular and thrilling and great adventures of Alan Norville and Helen Halcyon. Oh, is it fan fiction? And because the ever-resolute Lord Bellhop Alain Norville has brought his automatic Spacer's Choice auto pistol, now with added explosive ammo, which he held in his big, muscular hands, the gigantic horde of rabbit canids was all dead. Halcyon Helen looked very beautiful, as always, with her beautiful eyes and lips and nice shoes. As she quickly grabbed Lord Bellhop Elaine Norville's hand. "Oh, thank you so much, Elaine," she sighed slowly, batting her beautiful eyes at him also slowly. "You are the best partner I've ever teamed up with. You're so big and strong and good at shooting. I wish I had you with me from day one. Then maybe I would not have had so many dead sidekicks." It ain't no big deal, Purpleberry Cakes, chuckled Lord Bellhop Elaine Norville as he took a puff from his cigarette and blew the smoke from the barrel of his Spacer's Choice auto pistol at the same time. "I'm just a wandering assassin. Being good at shooting stuff is only because I am part of my job." It really is written this bad. Okay, cool. "Yes, you are. You are so handsome," sighed the beautiful Helen. "Thank you," chuckled Lord Bellhop Elaine Norville. Just then they started to go for a kiss, but wait! Just as the romance was about to happen, suddenly a hand grabbed Elaine's leg. Helen screamed, "It's me, the dissident lord! I am here to get you and take your bits and give them to everyone else for free!" screamed the dissident lord as the villain began to crawl out of the dirt. His zombie army was also crawling to the surface behind him as well. Many exclamation points. "Guess there's only one thing to do," sneered the heroic Lord Bellhop as he took a big Hammersmith flamethrower out of his back pocket that he had been keeping secret just for the occasion. "Time to make some dissident steaks. Not snakes. I guess we need to find this other bellhop. What an interesting person he must be. What on earth? Okay. Alright, I want to go back to the crawl space, though.
Easy.
Okay. I guess we're gonna just steal everything until we know what the hell's going on. A lot of lockpicks, I'm just saying. But like, in my heart of hearts, I want one of these to be interactable and like you open it up and the door swings back. We did an escape room last year, the week, like as part of our like wedding week, like shenanigans. And there was definitely, we found a sprat of unusual size in here. And I say that because it was literally called a sprat of unusual size. Man, I was hoping I missed something in here, and that's where, like, the key card was. But it doesn't look that way. So I'm gonna say we should carry on with the investigation and hope that the key card reveals itself. Because we've definitely encountered that before, where it's like we had to kind of leave and come back. There's no way to burst through this wall, I guess. We were going to end up selling most of this stuff at a vending machine anyway. So many pet pills. Did this, we checked that. We found the frozen dinners that with the busted open door. I still think this wig here is very strange. I mean, it's supposed to be strange, right? The awful meals in the fridge. Little hot plate. Oh. Man, it's like living in a single occupancy dorm room.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
All right, let's look at a map. What am I supposed to be seeing? Okay, so it's definitely here. Okay. Resting bed is super relaxing and moves time forward. Supernova must be a game. Difficulty. Okay, so it's above us, maybe? Okay, let's go up. whatever it is. Okay, hold on. So let's go up the steps. This way. So it would be like here, right? Okay, so we got in there. Actually, that's actually quite odd now that I think about it. I walked by that before. Body. Maybe it's just my imagination, but it
when I had the chance.
Why is everybody staring?
Okay, elevator.
Didn't nobody teach him to respect the dead? Oh gosh, is that Miss Helen? Can we see?
Oh my goodness. Parvati. Don't be weird. Okay, that's the exit. That's not the, those are not the steps we want. This way? Because that's where we found the other key card. Just out of curiosity. What am I missing? Scanned. I already looked through all these containers. Sprats. We opened up. Said something about it leaking on his head. Not meaning to fire that, but here we are anyway. There's a lot of blueprints, and I haven't figured out why. Wait. To whom it may concern, please consider this note as a service request to fix A3's door. I deeply apologize for not following proper protocols with this informal request, but my terminal is broken. Too broken to submit a service request to fix the form. I normally would never thumb my nose at our standard operating procedures, but I've been stuck in my room for several days now and believe I will likely starve to death soon. Well, I hope to hear from someone soon in regards to processing this urgent request. Thank you. Okay. Have eaten bellhop. Burst ambulation cap. Trace amounts of Sprat saliva on the current stump. Form an arm. Indicates the starving bellhop fed the starving creatures with her flesh. It's a shame she was unwilling to eat herself first. Yeah.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me. I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. And I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it. The door's stuck. And I know I need to write a service request, but I can't get it under the door. Is anyone there?
Dang, dude. Okay.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Can I close this? I want to close this just for a second. Am I dumb? Like, I literally haven't...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Okay. I'm frustrated. And I don't get to play next week, so... I just want to know what's in this room. I think... Okay, no. Alright. I guess I'm not the only person. So I'm not the only person struggling with this room. Okay, so I think the problem is we just haven't gotten that far in the story because I went rogue here. So, but we've been in A2 because we hopped down the back, right? No, we went through 3, but we still can't get into A2. Okay, so it is possible, according to a very quick breeze through Reddit, that some of the clues may not appear until everything is resolved. Like, as far as actually completing the quest events. Pardon me. So, that's what we're gonna do. I still think that Revolver is Roots. But we're gonna leave. because, yeah. Oh.
Quietly now.
I thought this just gonna take us outside. Crew quarters. Sublight underground agent, please remember not to fire your weapon at the hotel guests. Alert to Olsen without permission from Kincannon. Messages under control. Wanted to let you know everything is under control. Situation's normal. Just a small weapons malfunction and a slight gas container combustion. Workplace hazard, really. Maybe if you actually train us instead of spending all your time shouting your overinflated head off, Slug wouldn't need to buy itself a new wall. To anyone on my idiot maintenance crew who is still alive and not actively on fire, I've gotten a dozen reports about an explosion in the generator room. Last call, I sent a team if your hull heads down there for a routine inspection. Please, please tell me you remember to shut down the void-forsaken generator before you started jabbing around in there. Tell me you at least remembered that the most basic of safety procedures. Because if you forgot, again, I swear on my grandmother's grave I will find out, and then I will find you. And if, and I do mean if, any of your organs are still functioning after I finish with you, I will rip them out and sell them to the nearest Spratwurst vendor, which will make maybe a half a dent in the monetary damages you've caused on Slug's behalf. Amazing. Tax! Okay. Looking for anything to read. I'm looking for that key card. Oh, here we go. Chapter 3. Halcyon Helen commits regicide. Some hours had passed since Helen's entry into the dissident hideout. She had fought no small number of slugmen, destroying the abominations in singular fashion, and has met several employees from many corporations, each forcibly taken by the dissidents for use as subjects. One such free captive, who had called himself Hephaestus Harry, has accompanied her as she ascended into the lair of the dissident queen. Helen had exchanged only a few words with him, and now would like to exchange no others, as the man now lay in a bloody heap on the foot of the dissident queen, who, Helen now saw, was not a person, but a tremendous mutant slug. The dissident, who had apparently been guarding her, were themselves quite dead and lay in various stages of mastication throughout the room. The queen feasted on Harry's remains, but as Helen stepped forward, the monster wriggled around to her face. A true queen for a gang of parasites, Helen shouted. The dissident queen reared back, opening its mandibles wide, and gave an inhuman shriek that shook the very foundation of the base. Okay. We totally need, like, sparkly steps. Botanical operations seems a little sus, but I'm here with that, with all of that. Got a bin, energy cell. And we're here. Interesting. Hmm. Taste of purple berry. Purple berry orchards. Okay, not there. Oh shoot.
What? What was that? Don't mess with me!
Why are there raptidons here?
Try me. Down they go.
That's very odd. That was odd.
What? Why would anybody bring raptidons up here? Don't this hotel have a policy on animals? Deft hands, Cap.
Okay. So what? Here we go. Evan, remember cards tonight. If you don't show, I'll set a raptidon loose in here with you. I'm kidding, but don't forget. You hear? I need help knocking B down a rung or three. She has me writing field reports for her all week. Fritz. Secret. Nothing to read, just ammo. Interesting. So is maybe a prank? Seems weird. Well, now we have something on our HUD finally. You guys cannot let me forget. One second here. Bots in the chat. You gotta go, sir. Bye. Alright, hold on a second. So we're okay on wait. Do not let me forget, we need the key card though for A2. So they're in the middle of a lockdown. Is it the same as ours? Yeah. We're gonna keep that in case we need A disguise. I'm gonna hold on to that.
And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Vargas. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
Great, you do that. I'll be waiting right here. Swear to the architect, Matthias, if you've lost your rifle's ionization coil again. Oh, wait, you ain't part of my crew. What do you want?
The pool guard told me to talk to you. Said you have some advice.
Oh, thank the law you're here about the pool. That crucial thing that isn't my job to fix, and that, as such, I don't care about.
Perfect.
If you want advice, here it is. Don't talk to that imbecile ever again. Even by my crew's standards, he's duller than a telescoping staff. And he's not even one of my worst problems. I've got landing pad lockdowns, gate closures, angry guests, and now one of my crew is AWOL.
Missing persons. I'm actually an inspector. I could look into that for you.
If you're serious, I'd appreciate the help. He's been missing a few days, and we're low on staff as it is.
What do I need to know?
The missing crew member's Evan O'Connell. He's one of about 2 slug agents I can trust with more complex tasks than stand here and look tough. Friendly type. Well-behaved, followed orders. Anyone else, I'd think they got drunk and fell asleep in a ditch somewhere, but O'Connell's not really the type. He was last stationed at the Wilderness checkpoint. I'd search there first.
Can we talk about something else?
Inspector, you find my missing man?
Are you in charge of slug security?
Nah, I only manage operations around the hotel. Cedric does most of the maneuvering for Eridanos proper. I don't envy him. The only thing worse than babysitting a couple of hot-headed, overgrown children would be babysitting the entire lot of them.
Fair. You seem a little different than most slug agents.
You mean I can hold a rifle and walk without falling down? Yeah, I'm different from most slug employees in that way. And only in that way. Anyone who says otherwise should be reported to me personally.
Hiding something, huh?
I feel like our relationship would be more copacetic if you dropped this line of questioning.
Do I look like a reasonable person? Or do I look like someone who'll keep pestering you until you snap?
Oh, good. And here I was thinking that today was going along too smoothly. I might have used to work for Auntie Cleo. Might have been security manager of a small pharmaceutical lab. After workplace spat number 175, I decided to defect. Defection isn't taken lightly. Can't go back, so now I'm slug for life.
If you hate managing people so much, why don't you ask for a transfer?
We talked about this, remember? Defected to slug? I get too uppity, I might end up unemployed. Permanently.
Fair enough. This place sucks. Let's go. Off to the Purple Berry Orchards. Got a box with a red light, which means I'm probably not supposed to touch it. Ooh, that seems bad. Your lookout kind of sucks.
Ah,
He got it.
This is bad.
Is it though? Ooh. I noticed that the lookouts are like the least competent sometimes. I'm guessing Marauder leaders are lookouts that somehow manage to survive. I will take all of your bits, sir. Alright, let's go sell some junk before we move on. So I will not be here next week. I will be on my honeymoon. Thank you very much. But we will be back the following weekend. Surcharge. Probably just because we murdered a whole bunch of people. Possibly. So I did see over here, yeah. Let's come down here. Well, something definitely happened here.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The garb on this security guard identifies him as a member of the Rizzo's Corporation. His rank would have been that of Jawbreaker or higher. This security guard has experienced premature expiration. Evidence strongly suggests a conflict with Marauders.
Search his pockets. Pay your respects.
The spark of life is fled. The mortal form is naught but the basic elements of which it is comprised, to be molded once again as the great plan dictates.
Yeah, I probably just haven't gone far enough with my investigation to do everything I want. Hacks! Topped off the coolant levels, coolant overnight. I'm requesting authorization for a full inspection. My inspection request is pending. We're still leaking coolant. I'm just going to look myself. What's the worst they can do? Sounds like you've got guests wandering the premises at night. That explains the empty bottles and cigarette stubs. The problem is they tend to wander off the side in the dark, and the hotel management has to run circles trying to get payment for the days that the guest is delinquent. I'll assign security officer Danvers to patrol the complex after dark. He'll probably insist on giving you nightly reports. He has watched a few too many serials. Easiest thing is just to toss him over the edge when he's not looking. Say you'll pass him up the chain for processing. So where is Danvers? Or was that Danvers? Got a workbench, and then we got some bits. All sorts of bits. Someone definitely had a bad day here.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This card also expired prematurely, following a violent encounter with marauders.
Hey friend, welcome to the stream. We are investigating a murder, which has turned into the investigation of 2 murders that I believe is now the investigation of 4 murders. We got this cool investigation gun thing.
Security Officer Danvers, nightly report number 27.
Yep.
No sign of trouble, but I'm on the lookout. If it's out there, I'll find it. Wait, I think I see someone. Approaching now. Excuse me, sir or madam. I require your participation in my nightly security report.
Oops. Yeah, I believe this is one of the DLCs we are working on here. I'm stuck in this hole. Oh god. I should not hop that way. There we go. So we are on a gas giant, believe it or not. I think it's so cool. Yeah. There's like this bougie hotel. Yeah. Oh no, I was thinking about this morning and it made me think of this song, One More Murder by Better Than Ezra, and I can't get the song stuck, like out of my head. In another hour, there's going to be 1,028 murders. Yeah, that's how it goes. Everyone's dead. And then we'd have to have, like, an undead investigation. It's a whole thing. It really is. But how cool! It's a gas giant! Gotta stop him. Yeah. Before, you know, exponential growth catches up with us. Off to Purple Berry Orchards. Alright, well, we made it. Let's talk to this person.
Maybe I could hold up my end if your people weren't sabotaging my operations.
Hey, DeWitt, what's up?
And if sabotaging the orchards weren't enough, you had to make it personal. You really had to bust my Insta coffee maker too?
Ooh.
The nerve.
Hold that asinine thought. Who was this armed stranger who just wandered into your office? Back up for a fight you can't finish?
What the hell are you talking about? I don't know this lass. I think it's mightily more likely that she's under your payroll. You'd have burned down what you haven't already.
I'm not on anybody's payroll, which is not to say I can't be. Or, I'm just here to investigate a murder. Go about your business.
I see. Just a visitor then. Congratulations, Hathaway. Not everyone's abandoned your orchards.
Well, shame that you're trying to change that. Anyway, sorry for the heated reception, stranger. There's just been some trouble here of late. Name's Overseeing Orchardist Hathaway, and I'm in charge of these orchards. Though it seems like certain groups, which will remain unnamed, are trying to change that. Looks like I'm stuck playing the part of customer service rep. Guess it's different from the usual, at least. Something I can do for you?
I heard you mention sabotage.
Yeah. Just another woe to add to the pile. In the past, the orchard subcontracted security work from Slug. You know, keep the malcontents on staff from causing too much trouble. But between the Spectrum Brown unveiling demanding all of our resources and the recent uptick in worker accidents, we just ain't got the budget for security. And, of course, Slug has decided that instead of being reasonable, they're just gonna sabotage our operations until we start paying them again.
Good morning, everyone.
Look at the poor Rizzo's manager, lying about Sublight to make himself feel better. Shame he skipped where Rizzo's was short on our payments months before the new unveiling.
Look, at the end of the day, it's obvious that Slug is sabotaging us. I ain't paying until they come clean.
I can figure out what's going on.
Thank the law. Some good news. You hear that, lapdog? Truth's coming. Better fess up while you still can outside of an interrogation room.
While I'm sure you'd love to have a scapegoat
Hope everyone's
on whom
having
you
a
can
nice
pin your own
Saturday.
incompetence,
It's been nice so far.
I suspect you'll
here.
be disappointed. But what do I know? I suppose it's up to your new hiree.
Hey! More quests!
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you off.
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law-forsaken orchards has managed to kill them.
How's the investigation going?
I
You
wanna
got a
ask
complete
more
report for me
questions.
yet?
That's not where I'm going. Okay, still looking.
Well, at the moment I can't do a whole lot with this vulture hanging over my shoulder. So I suppose you may as well take your time.
Really now? I
Guess you should
consider myself
probably
more
ask
of a
him too.
watch caner.
I just trimmed the
Here to
grass
make
growing
sure you
over
don't
the
try to
sidewalk.
run off
I'm
without
extremely
paying
sweaty.
us.
I should probably take a shower.
Something else you need to know?
Yeah, it's not pleasant in most places. Most of the housework is done since we're going away, but we are getting haircuts today because it's been a very long time since I've had a haircut, and I think even longer for Mr. B. I need leads on the nursery.
Got a lot of dead saplings that'll cost us a lot of bits. I've got a feeling someone poisoned them
Wonder if
somehow.
it's the same poison as the swimming pool. What happened to in the Exterminator Automech Depot?
The mechanicals were hacked. They're pretty much running amok. If you could keep from destroying too many, I'd be obliged. Would save us a lot. That said, you might want to be careful. Those things are built to take on Waspkitos, and Waspkitos are generally tougher to kill than people. Just something to keep in mind.
Something particular to look out for in the processing control room?
The tower processing console is completely fried. Whoever took it out must have used some kind of explosive.
Alright, I'll be back. Alright, sour face.
I'm sorry you had to come in on such a brusque conversation. Not everyone appreciates the work Slug does on Eridanos.
He's got a stupid
Especially
haircut.
not folk that Slug is trying to extort.
Alright, it seems I need to say it yet again. We're not stomping
It's like it's
upon
both
your
too
purple
long and
berries
too short at
or
the same
knocking
time.
your
I'm not
workers
sure
off
how,
the planetoid.
yeah.
All
Brusque.
we want is for you to pay
Yeah.
your dues.
Must be the word
I
of the
want you
day
to
on
stop
his
letting our
calendar.
exterminator mechanicals loose and breaking our machinery.
This is how the conversation has gone for the last hour and a half. As you can see, it hasn't been terribly productive.
What seems to be your problem with the overseeing orchardist?
Well, he's being difficult, as you've no doubt seen. All I'm
And?
here to do is enforce an agreed-upon business relationship. But our friend here is disinclined to settle.
Don't tell me to settle. Why don't you settle?
Yes.
The lion's
I wish
eyebrows
you
are
would do
pressed. They are.
I know
Also,
what you
good
must
morning,
be thinking,
Charmander.
but no, I'm not here to atomize his kneecaps. I just want Slug to get what we're owed.
I feel like I'm still waking up and I've been up for a few hours. Any truth to his accusations of sabotage?
If I hear that question one more time, I swear. Look, we just want to get paid. Hampering our clients' productivity is not a good way to get paid. In fact, it's bad business.
Are you sure? You sound like a bit of an extortionist.
Do I? Didn't realize that expecting my company to be paid for its work was extortion. You should try telling that to the board. Regardless, Slug's protection service has ensured that Rizzo's has had zero problems with its shipments at the docks. And all for a reasonable price. We haven't been hostile when their payments came up short either. In fact, Rizzo's is more of a danger to the orchards than us, considering all the workplace injuries.
Is this an official argument with Rizzo's?
Much as we love giving the bureaucrats 29% of our profits, technically not. Official contracts have some rather obscene fees and documentation. Instead, our company's opted for a non-official manager's agreement. I'm just here to make certain our friend over there pays on time.
What does he owe?
You're weird. Generous, but weird. The sentiment is nice, but Rizzo's doesn't just pay money. They're also literally our meal tickets. Unless you
Gotcha.
also happen to own an orchard, I don't think you can clear this guy.
All right, let's talk about something else.
Yes, I think we've spoken enough about that imbecile. What can Slug do for you?
Have you seen any sign of Halcyon Helen recently?
Nope. Sorry, but this is the first I've visited this area in over a month. Shame about Helen. Liked her movies.
They're passable entertainment, but nothing compared to Unlocking the Unlimited. You know, the dramatization of the philosophical underpinnings of the universal equation.
I brought Max because he's a hacker,
Celebs
but I
as
have
big as
regrets
Helen
now.
always seem to elicit strong binary opinions in people. But that's neither here nor there.
What about you?
You're welcome to. I don't have any secrets.
Right? Do you do anything other than make sure Slug's business partners pay on time?
Certainly. When I'm not out on a job, they usually stick me in the Slug mess hall. I may be a service collector, but that doesn't mean I can't make a damn fine trip of kale pie.
Bye. Okay. So, this is kind of where we're at. We've got some vending machines. Sydney, which has a special little icon above their head. But, yeah. Purple Berry Nut Hut.
A lot of purple.
It is a lot of purple. It's a mighty fine billboard there. Look at that. So yeah, I will not be streaming next weekend. We are actually finally going on our honeymoon. Yeah, but we'll be back the following week for all the usuals. I'm hoping tomorrow's lineup is normal as well. But stay tuned for the schedule on the front page as that changes. But for sure, I'll be streaming Fallout 3 in the afternoon. Yay! I know, I'm super excited. And we haven't had time off since like a very long time. But yeah, so I'm not sure about 7 days, but for sure I'll be streaming Fallout 3 tomorrow. So changes to the schedule will be up. So, thank you so much, Charmander. I really appreciate it. I think we'll have a good time. So, yeah. But while I'm gone, you guys, please remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Drink good tea. Happy sipping, everyone. And yeah. Bye, everyone. And I hope I'll see you all soon. It's food time. All right. Enjoy your chocolate and noodles and strawberries, Danish. Bye, everyone.